Good morning, everybody. Now, I don't have the Mariah Carey reigns to say it's time, but it is. So let this bless you. Not just Santa on Christmas Eve, not just presents underneath the tree. What I need, can you see? Sent from God above me is a miracle. A Christmas miracle. Mistletoe is all with me. Chestnuts roasting certainly to please. What I need in my life, not a dollar, a bike, but a miracle. Morning. A Christmas miracle. A miracle at Christmas could save my life, make everything right. A miracle at Christmas sent from the King means everything, everything. A miracle, a Christmas miracle. Get your copy of Christmas Miracle just in time for the holidays. Share, it's streaming. DoYourRoystonStore.com. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hey, yep, yeah, yeah. Morning. Hey, love. Hey, love. Good morning. Miracle. Hey, boo. Christmas miracle. Pray for it, wait for it. Miracle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Christmas miracle. Merry Christmas. Happy holiday. Positive miracle. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, 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 everybody. Hey, love, hey, love. Good morning, everybody. So, this is the day that the Lord has made. I shall rejoice. I shall sing a little bit and be glad in it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, I asked God for a Christmas song, an original Christmas song, and that's what He gave me, a Christmas miracle. You can go to JuliaRoystonStore.com. You can search for, go down to the bottom where it says music and choruses and all that kind of stuff in my store, JuliaRoystonStore.com, and get your copy of it today. And super excited to be with you and all that's going on. I'm Dr. Julia Royston at BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing, and the Book Business Boss Consulting, helping you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss. All of my stores, all of my contact, everything is at juliaakroyston.com. So, today is introductions. In- introductions. So as we head into thriving in 2025, I'm just kind of dropping nuggets, and I'm the messenger and the delivery woman, and so he's giving me things that people. This is something I normally do probably 3, 4, 5 times a year, but I really look at myself, evaluate my life, and as we're enjoying time with family, and some are grieving at this time. And so my prayers are going out to you too, because your life has literally been flipped upside down because the recent loss of loved ones, friends, etc. So sometimes those things happen, as tragic as they are, for us to look at life differently, figure out what's important, what means something, what and where. And as I get older, where my energy should be, where my actions should be, where I should be, where my business should be, where my brand should be, where I need to be. So let me reintroduce myself, because Jesus had to do introductions all the time. And I started thinking about it. And this is one of those times where I've been mulling about it all week. Like, God, you going to give it to me? God, you going to give it to me? And he said, think about it. I had to be introduced over and over repeatedly. So when I was born, just the angel came to Mary and said, "You're gonna birth the Messiah." Okay. Then my daddy, my earthly father, didn't really want to identify with me, so then she had to basically introduce. I just had to be constantly. Jesus had to be constantly introduced. Even after he was a grown man, it was time for his to take on his assignment. I start thinking, John said, "Behold the Lamb that taketh away the sins of the world." Then he asked, "Whom do men say that I am?" Then Peter said, "Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God." And then the soldier says, "We're looking for Jesus of Nazareth." And Jesus said, "I am he." When they came to the garden and they were looking for him and they were seeking to arrest him, Judas has already done the betrayal, money changed hands, and all that good stuff. This is the abbreviated Julia version. And then he said, "I am he." For him saying, "I am he," they fell out. Now, that is not no prophetic. He didn't even lay hands on them. He said, "I am he," and they fell down. They fell backwards. So that's quite an introduction of the power of God, the power that Jesus had. And then Pilate, I find no fault in him. And then the resurrection, Mary mistook him for the gardener. And he said, "Wait a minute, Mary, it's me, Rabboni. Come on, it's me." So therefore, there are different times that you have to keep reintroducing yourself to people, new people you meet. We do that all the time. One of the first things about live streaming is to tell you to introduce yourself. Now, sometimes I think, really? But you never know where your video is going to go. That was the key. You never know in the social media space where your video is going to be shared to. So people are like, "Who is that? What she say her name was again? Who is that? Who is that?" And after this one shares it there. So that's one of the first things of live streaming. Hint, hint. And a golden nugget for you is that you should introduce yourself. And some people say, "Well, I'm only going live to the people in my room." No, boo. It don't work like that in the social media space. You have the potential to literally go viral, go somewhere else. So introductions are always important. Meeting new people. That's the reason why I go to so many events. I travel so many places, because I like to meet new people. I like to meet people who've never met me before, don't know what I do, don't know me, and and what I have to offer. It's always a good thing. It's always a good thing. So the first thing, we always have to go back to the beginning. Seek ye first, acknowledge him in all your ways. God said it first. He said you were the head, not the tail, above, not beneath, the lender, not the borrower. He said you are more than a conqueror. He said you are the righteousness of God. So always go back to, when you're introducing yourself, is remember what God said, because God said it first. Before the beginning of time, he told Jeremiah, before you were born, before you in your mother's womb, I knew you, I called you, I know what you're capable of doing. So when you're doing introductions to other people, you can't determine, you can't their reactions of who they are and who they think you are and who they know for you to be. But go to God first. So I tell this story because I told it to some friends of mine. I will not tell you where I was. I will not tell you what event I was at. I will not tell you any hint. But I was at an event one time. That's how I'm on camouflage. I'm not gonna tell you what year it was. I was at an event one time, and the person in charge of the vendors was not very nice at all. Not very nice at all. That's where I'm gonna leave it. Politically, that's what I'm gonna say. Was not very nice at all. Left me, gave me my assignment, flipped on the heel, turned around, and I'll tell you what gender it was. And then flipped on the heel, turned around, left. But then mysteriously, miraculously, an hour later, turned into somebody else, and the relationship turned into something else. I said that meant she talked to somebody, and then she found out who I was. But it made me laugh, just like I laughed then. I wasn't happy, sure, I wasn't. It wasn't nice, but when people find out who you are, sometimes it changes their conversation. But know that God said it first. The hand of God is on your life. The hand of God is upon favor. And some people do things and act certain ways and even change personalities and everything because God made them do it. God did it. So God said it first. Number two, it's something that I reminded myself of the other day, and I'll probably have to post it soon. Is self talk? What you say to yourself. What you say to yourself is what really, after God, what really matters, because people can say all types of things. I've seen, celebrities, I've seen sports people, oh, he's no good, he can't throw. I'm football season. It's almost over and I'm getting devastated about it. Y'all know I'm a sports fanatic. But he can't do this, he can't do that. And then they show him and they say, "Oh, sorry." Because it's what you say to yourself. It's what you're telling yourself your ability is. You're telling yourself what God said. You're telling yourself the vision and the dreams and the work ethic and the time you put in and your diet and your workout routine and your regimen and your mentor and your coach and the people that believed in you first, and remind yourself. Sometimes the first introduction is you have to do it to yourself. God's already said it. It's in eternity. But then the first person after the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords is telling yourself, because looking for identity and affirmation and confirmation and all that in other people, they flaky. It all depends on what season they in. It all depends on what's going on in their life. You can't depend on that. And they may love you like that. And they may, but they don't want you to get puffed up. They don't want you to get, the old folks you say exalted. They don't want you to get feeling yourself. But the old folks say smelling yourself. So they don't tell you, even though you might need to hear it. They don't tell you. But you got to be ready to tell yourself. Introduce yourself to yourself. Come on, girl. You know who you are. Hey, big girl. You know what you called to do. Hey, big girl. You know what? That's what I tell myself. You know what you are called to do. You know what God has put down in you. You know. And then next, number three, your past. Sometimes you have to tell yourself and look at your past. Because you know, because I've evolved over time, I'm still that girl, that you knew 40 years ago. I'm 61. So that you knew as a teenager. I'm still her. I'm not the same person. I've changed. I've moved. I've changed positions. I know more. I've experienced more. I've had more disappointment and heartbreak and success and failures and all that good stuff. But sometimes you have to go back, and when your past comes up trying to remind you what back there, then you have to tell them, well, okay, yeah, that's what happened. But I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. Some people who have just joined me in my social media space and will watch the replay, or the replay of this may be shared, didn't know I sang ever. Didn't have no clue. A Christmas Miracle is probably one of the latest singles I've done. I have never put it on um, a CD of Christmas songs. Maybe one day I will, but right now, not right now. But Christmas time, I'm bringing it out. Christmas Miracle. But most people don't even realize I sang since I was 8 years old. And those of you who've known me since I was 8 years old, or and since a teenager, know music was my life. Books, I love to read on the sly. That was my pastime. Now it's my number one. Besides doing what God says do, that's it. Writing, helping other people write, publishing, whatever. And people who knew me as a singer freak out when I say, no, I'm not leaving worship and word. No, I haven't written a song about 3, 4 years since COVID. No, I'm writing books right and left. No braggadocious statement, just the grace of God. But I wrote 21 and released with my journals and all that 21 in 2024. So it's like I have the grace for this now. If somebody told me to write a song and they paid me $1 million, we would be I'd be in 3-day fast, sackcloth and ashes. But 20 years ago, if you'd asked me to write a song, like I asked God, he gave it to me then. He'll give it to me then. Now, but am I out of season? Is this really? Am I trying to relive something from my past, or am I really in the right season and call for that? A book, I wake up, I can do it. But trying to do a song, my voice is not where it was, whatever. So I'm saying to you, are you in the right season, doing the right thing? Are you introducing the right people to the right version of you? Ooh, ouch. That's another time, but and another session and another. But think about it as you're moving forward. Who are you introducing now? It's not that you can't go back and get your catalog. And I can't say go to Spotify and put in Julia Royston and get my music or whatever, or Amazon music or whatever. That's not wrong. It's just me trying to be a Stellar Award artist when I know I'm out of season for that. It's not that I can't do it, but that's not where my focus, that's not even where my passion is. So make sure that as you're moving forward, Thrive in 2025, that you're introducing, positioning, you're passionate about, and introducing to the world what you're really passionate about in the right season. It's like trying to get watermelons in January. They may they may grow in a hot house, but they're not gonna taste like them ones on the back of the truck me and my husband bought down there in Birmingham. Ooh, a big old watermelon. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. But make sure that you're in the right season and the right time, presenting the right you. And then last, the future, your future. Introduce your future self. Introduce yourself to your future. This is where I'm headed. This is what God showed me. This is where I'm headed. Now, you don't necessarily have to announce it and tell everybody, because some things in your future you've seen the vision for, but you don't even know how you're going to get there. So sometimes it's better to move in silence and move quietly until ta-da, it's happening, and there they are. So sometimes you have to, introduce your, oh, child, I remember when. Yeah, I remember that too. I have not forgotten it. And I appreciate it. The door, the walkway, the plane, the car, that got me here. But right now, I'm not in that space. Sometimes you have to tell your future who you are right now. Because sometimes your past self, you can't handle your past self. And your future shouldn't be meeting what your past self is. Now you bring your past into the future. I'm not saying that you just, woo, I got amnesia, but you're going to show up as your best self, the one God says. So who do men say that you are? Hmm, that's something you have to answer yourself. Ask your friends, ask your colleagues, ask your coworkers. So when you see me, I asked Brian once. So when people, what am I giving off? When people see me, what are they getting? When people work with me, what are they getting? Whom do men say? Introduce yourself, but make sure that you're bringing your whole, authentic, God blessed, God talented, God gifted self to the event. Think about that as you're unwrapping gifts and unwrapping gifts, as you sitting around the table, whatever y'all eat on Christmas, because Thanksgiving we had turkey. Who knows? You may have baked spaghetti and Christmas or fried chicken. I don't know. But as you're doing that, who am I showing up as? What am I going to introduce the world to in 2025? Who is it? I've evolved, I've changed, I'm older. God blessed me to live. That's the biggest thing. He didn't have to let me live. I'm glad to be in the service one more time. Glad to be above ground one more time. So therefore, that means our assignment is not over. We got stuff to do. We got places to go. We got people to meet and introductions to have. I hope that blesses you. I hope that helps you on your journey, helps you on your way, and in your planning. I'm not really a resolution girl, and I'm not really good at vision boards because by the time I get all the things, stick it on the sticker, I done them. So I'm just really kind of a goal girl. I make goals and I pray about it. I ask Brian, and we say, "What do you think?" And then whoop, we do it. Whatsoever a man doeth shall prosper. So I trust that blesses you on so that you can live your best life. Coming up at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on envision-radio.com. The replay is going to be at the Book Business Balls podcast for the replay. And also, above my left shoulder, I am there's going to be airing a interview with wishtv.com and /BEO show. I'm going to be tuning in at 10 a.m., which is in about a few minutes from now. And but it's also, if you're somewhere else or in church or you're watching the replay, it's supposed to be streamed at beoshow.com. That's beoshow.com. So head over to Wish TV and find the BEO show, and I'll tag in the replay and put in the links so that you can see it. Special, as I say, special thanks and special shout out to Mr. Brian Royston, because we were at an event and Brian was booking the event and I had gone to the restroom. I come back and he said, "Finish it up, baby." I said, "Finish up what?" and so he took me this past week, and we had a wonderful time and a wonderful interview. And so I'm looking forward to it and super excited for it. Coming up. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, so the Thrive in 2025 series continues. We have three more events, and I have something else coming up on in January. So the Thrive in 2025 series is going to continue. December 12th, we're going to be working on business. So meet up with me 7 p.m. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, and the Book Business Boss YouTube channel with my good friend Vanessa Collins. And then the 17th, I'm super excited about the 17th as well. We're going to be thriving and discovering AI. And I know there's a lot of controversy, but I've got three fantastic men with me that day. My husband, Brian Royston, who is an AI fanatic, an enthusiast. And then his good friend, Mr. Alex Fox, he works for a Fortune 10 country, a Fortune 10 company, and then Dr. O'Keefe Hathel, who's the executive director of this. He'll have to give us that whole title of his job, but he is on the cutting edge of technology there at Tennessee State University in Nashville. So tune in. Woo, that's gonna be good. Bring your questions. That's December 17th at 7 p.m. And then we're going to thrive in our relationships. Ooh, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. But the Dixons and the Woodards and the Roystons are going to be in conversation on December 9th, just before Christmas, the holiday. We'll take a break and then I'll come back with some more good golden nuggets in 2025. Listen, we talked about the redefining work on the 3rd of December. So look at that. Look at the replay on that too as well. Whole lot going on in my world. I'm bringing it to you. I'm having no problem having that conversation. Super excited. And by the way, just in time for the holidays, 25% off of all of my stores. To use the code Royston Holiday, go to JuliaAKRoyston.com. If you know me all my life, you know why there's another A and a K. I have two middle names. But JuliaAK Royston.com. It expires January 1st, 2025. You'll all be blessed and have a great rest of the week, the rest of the day, and all that good stuff. And let's see who's joining us. Hey, I know. Hey, Risa, how you doing? Hey, Miss Becky. Thank you, Joy. Hey Ben, how you doing, baby? Everything all right? Are y'all snowed in out there in Seattle? I don't know. Hey Stephanie, how are you? Hey Dr. Kennedy, how are you, Doc? And Miss Bird, how are you, love? You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You all be blessed in all that you say and do. My prayer is always today, tomorrow, and always that you live your best life. Be blessed. Bye bye.